Good morning, everyone. Today we are here to discuss discovery of neutron. So, neutron was basically discovered by a scientist known as James Chadwick. James Chadwick. So, James Chadwick was the scientist who has discovered this particle. So, for the discovery of this particle, he has conducted an experiment which is known as beryllium foil experiment or boron foil experiment. On that foil, he has bombarded some alpha ray particle. Alpha ray particle are basically a positively charged helium nucleus. So now we can understand how he has performed that experiment. So he has just taken a beryllium foil. Beryllium is basically an element whose atomic number is 4 and mass number is 9. And on that foil is a beryllium foil, tin foil of beryllium, and on that foil he has bombarded alpha rays. Alpha rays is basically a positively charged helium nucleus. Helium is He, which is represented by the symbol of He. Mass number, atomic number is 2 and mass number is 4. So this is also known as alpha rays. Alpha is basically positively charged helium nucleus. So after the bombardment of alpha rays on this beryllium foil, he has find out some different type of radiation which is coming out after this reaction. So another element called 4 plus 2, it will give out 6, which is the atomic number of carbon. Mass number of carbon is 12, and there is another particle which is represented by 0 and 1, and this is the particle which is known as neutron. Why we will call it neutron? Because there are some experiments which was conducted to find the charge present on this particle, and which comes out to be neutron. Okay, so this is the first method through which he was able to discover a third type of particle which is present inside the atom. The second experiment that he has conducted was the again bombardment of alpha rays on boron foil. So boron is basically represented by B. Atomic number is 5 and mass number is 11. And the alpha ray is basically 2He4 and plus 2 charge. This is alpha rays. So again he was able to discover a new element and another particle which is called neutron. So 5 plus 2 will give out 7, which is the atomic number of nitrogen, and 11 plus 4 which gives out to be 15, but mass number of nitrogen is 14 and one mass number will be added to neutron, like this one, 0 and 1. So this is the particle which is given the term neutrons. So after this experiment, James Chadwick was able to find out third type of particle after the electron and proton, which is present inside the atom. Now the next task was, what is the charge present on atom? So he has conducted again an experiment. He has passed this particle in the presence of electric field. So what he has observed, in the absence of electric field, this particle, or you can also call it radiation, passes without any deflection. So if you apply any electric field, or if you are not going to apply any electric field, in the presence of electric field or in the absence of electric field, its path is basically a straight line. It means it is not going to move in a positive plate or negative plate. So on that basis, he was able to conclude that the neutron is basically a neutral particle which is present inside the atom. So after this experiment, we are able to conclude that the neutron are neutral in nature. So what was the conclusion? Conclusion was, neutron is neutral in nature. How we can say that neutron is neutral in nature? Because in the presence of electric field, it is not going to move towards either positive plates or negative plates. So ultimately it tells us that the neutron is neutral in nature. Okay, so now we will discuss one by one electron, proton and neutron, their masses, their charge and where it is present inside the atom. So we will do a comparison between electron, proton and neutron. So we will make a table like relative property of particle. So we will make a table particle, symbol, charge, mass and location. So first particle we will take it as electron. Electron are represented like this, E. We just write E. Charge on the electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Since electron is neutral, negatively charged, so we will put negative sign over here. Mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and the location, it is present outside the nucleus, in orbit. Okay, the second particle is proton. Proton is basically represented by a symbol P. Charge on proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Magnitude wise, electron and proton are same, but the only difference is charge. Electron are negatively charged while proton are positively charged. And the mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. And the location, it is present inside the nucleus. And our third fundamental particle is neutron. And the symbol of neutron is just N. Charge, since we have already discussed the neutron is neutral in nature, so it is neutral. Mass of neutron is just equivalent to mass of proton. It is slightly heavier than the mass of proton. We can write it like 1.678 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. And location is, it is also present inside the nucleus. Present inside the nucleus. So through this table we can understood charge as well as mass, symbol and the location of these fundamental particles. I think you all know electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson by cathode ray experiment. Proton was discovered by Goldstein, E. Goldstein by anode ray experiment, and then neutron was discovered by alpha ray scattering experiment, which were in that case James Chadwick bombarded alpha rays on beryllium or boron foils. So after the comparison between different fundamental particles, our next topic is Thomson model of atom. So after the discovery of all these particles, J.J. Thomson are now going to introduce a model of atom which is called Thomson model of atom. This model is also known as watermelon model or plum pudding model. So now we will understand what is Thomson model of atom. So Thomson model of atom. So this model is also known as watermelon model. Watermelon model or plum pudding model. So what are the main points of this model? There are basically 2 points which was given by J.J. Thomson. The first point is an atom is positively charged sphere. An atom is positively charged sphere in which electrons are embedded in it. And the second point is the total number of proton is equal to the total number of electrons. As a result, atom as a whole electrically neutral. So what he has said, he has considered atom as a positively charged sphere like this. We can draw the here. According to this model, atom is basically considered as a positive sphere, positively charged sphere. So inside the sphere, everywhere is positive charge. According to this model. And in the positive charge of a sphere, electrons are basically thin. So electrons are basically embedded inside the positively charged sphere. Everywhere is electron is thin. And the second point, the first point, atom is positively charged sphere in which electrons are embedded in it. It means कि atoms जो होते हैं वो positively charged sphere होते हैं जिसके अंदर क्या होते हैं, electrons धसे हुए होते हैं. And the second point is the total number of proton. Proton is here basically a positively charged part. The total number of proton is equal to the total number of electron. It means कि जितने प्रोटॉन हैं स्फीयर के अंदर उतने ही क्या हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉन हैं. And as a result of this, atom will be electrically neutral because if there are 2 positive charge, there are 2 negative charge. So it will give out atom as a whole electrically neutral. Okay. Why this model is also known as watermelon model. So I think you all have seen watermelon. जिसको we call it in Hindi तरबूज. So inside तरबूज you all have seen red fleshy part. Red fleshy part is positively charged, and the black seeds inside the watermelon is electron. So according to this model, black seeds are basically electrons in watermelon case, and the red fleshy part, which is generally we eat it, are basically positively charged area. So this model is related with the watermelon model. Why the name plum pudding model? Plum is basically a type of dry fruits like monaco, cashew, and pudding is like kheer. So in our Indian culture we eat kheer. So in kheer we also added some monaco or cashew. So monaco or cashew is a basically electron, and the kheer is considered here as a pudding. So we can conclude that the Thomson model of atom, there are 2 points. The first point is atom is positively charged sphere in which electrons are embedded in it, and the second point is the total number of positive charge is just equal to the total number of electron. As a result of this, what will happen? Atom will be electrically neutral. Okay, so this is all for the today's class. Thank you for the patience.